Hey everyone, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review. Very excited about this paddle. It's the brand new CX14 from Gearbox. Gearbox has always had really nice paddles, but they've always had really kind of crisp paddles that really shot the ball out and really from more power oriented maybe, even though you could dink with them and all that, there was a lot of power involved. And especially like the latest GX6s, very powerful paddle. I honestly had a hard time dinking with those just because they had so much pop. So Gearbox has come out with the new CX14s. The GX11s and even the new CX11s are 11 millimeters wide. The CX14 is going to be 14 millimeters wide. It still has the SST core of the GX6, which means it has ribs of graphite that run the length of the paddle. It's rolled graphite, so there's two sides to it. So this graphite varies in angles as it goes through the graphite. There's some parts of it that the angles are exactly the same. So they're going to throw the ball out a little bit harder. There's some that are totally opposite, so they're going to be a little more stiff. Well, these angles of these graphite ribs that run through there are all different depending on where they are on the face of the paddle. Gearbox has used this technology for quite some time. Been very popular, like I said, with the GX6s. So they're trying it now in the GX14s. And what Gearbox is believing that this is going to provide a softer, more stable touch. It's going to be maybe a transition paddle that for people that are used to playing with a honeycomb core paddle, like a Selkirk or a Paddletech. Coming into Gearbox, it's going to have some of that same feel because it's going to be a little softer. I'm very anxious to get out and hit these because it is new from Gearbox, this technology. I can't wait to get out and hit it a little bit. I'm very anxious to see what these will do. They're both 8.0 ounces. I'm very anxious to get out and hit these a little bit. Like I said, they both have the SST cores of all the more recent Gearbox paddles. I'm very anxious to get out and hit these. I'm headed out to the court right now. It's a little windy outside. We're going to play outside, and then we're going to move inside as we play here coming up next couple of weeks as it's supposed to get a little colder. So very anxious. Hope to see you there. I hope you're getting out to play as well. Headed out the court now. Can't wait to hit these. Very excited. Get back with you on this. Thanks. Yeah, I think it's down better.
It was a really hard shot to get back.
That was a tough ball.
Hey guys, back. Just had a great last few weeks hitting these paddles. The new Gearbox CX14s. Really had a lot of fun. Gearbox wanted to make a soft, stable paddle with using the SSD core with the ribs, like their previous paddles, especially the GX6. They wanted to be a transition paddle to the honeycomb paddles of Paddletech, Selkirk. They wanted to make something that would be maybe not as harsh as the GX6. It really had a kind of a harder feel. It was more of a power paddle. The ball deflected off of it at maybe a higher speed. They wanted to make something kind of in between there, I believe. And they've really done a great job. This paddle does have a soft, stable feel just across the board. The SST core, like I said, I believe in the open, is just these ribs of graphite that have varying degrees. They're 2-ply, so they have varying degrees as they go. And there's actually a map that they lay this out to give the same exact feel and consistency on shots, depth on shots across the face of the paddle. It's very cool technology. They're the only ones doing this, so it's very cool. They've done a great job with these paddles. They really, as far as consistency on shots, it's there. As far as the accuracy is tremendous. Dinking is a pure joy. You can hit topspin dinks, you can hit backspin dinks, push dinks, whatever you want to hit. It's there and available and just fun to hit. Now, at 8 ounces, they do lack a little mass. In fact, they feel like they're less than 8 ounces. They almost play a little light. So you're right off, your serves, your returns don't have quite the depth maybe you're used to, especially if you come from a Gearbox GX6 or a heavier paddle. The depth's not there, but you can adjust and find that depth relatively easily. Third shot drops are just a dream with these paddles. Adrian said when she was hitting with them that it's like the paddle knows exactly where the non-volley zone is. And I really feel that way. I think there was one point with the elongated 16.5-inch version of the CX14, I think I hit 20 plus in a row, third shot drops, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. And I didn't even feel like I was fighting it. It just was like, it was very easy to do. These paddles, feedback is really good, especially if you hit it in the sweet spot. You know instantly where if you've hit it in the middle of the paddle, you know it just has this beautiful, soft, just feel to it. Most of the paddles the same way, but if you hit it right in the middle, you really, and not necessarily right in the middle, but in the sweet spot, it really has it just got a really just soft like butter feel. You can really feel it. So the feedback's really good as well. It really checks off all the boxes as far as a paddle goes. The Gearbox has done a great job with these. I would really recommend you guys trying these paddles. I always end this with, are these paddles going in my bag? Are one of these paddles going in my bag? And the honest answer is no, but there's a caveat to this. But I would feel fine if I got to the court and this was the paddle if I misplaced there, because I'm changing out paddles, if I'm trying out paddles, and if this paddle was in my bag, I would not feel uncomfortable at all playing with this one. I like this one a little bit more than the 16.5-inch version, just because I'm used to hitting this more traditional style paddle, just a hair over 16 inches. It's the length and style that I use currently. So it was an easier transition. Really like this paddle a lot. I'm anxious to hear if you guys have tried it, especially if you're coming from a honeycomb paddle to this, or if you come from a GX6 to this. I'm really anxious to get your thoughts on, how you feel about it, how the transition was to this paddle. So, like I said, guys, it checks all the boxes. It really does. It's really a good paddle. I try it. It's really Gearbox has done a great job. And another caveat there is that this paddle does run $200 US. So paddles are becoming more expensive, but there's a lot of technology that they put into these. Gearbox is kind of a cool company. So, guys, thanks for stopping by. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Leave a comment because I would love to hear your thoughts on these. As always, I love hearing your thoughts. So, thanks for stopping by. Get out and play. Have fun. Pickleball is a great sport. We all know that. So, until next time, thanks, guys.